Hey, what's up, All Stars? Check out We All Stars on YouTube. Advertisement. So yeah, this thing landed on my floor today. Taking a nap. Yeah, I'll zoom in. He looks pretty healthy. I mean, like, besides he's tired. Um, yeah. Like, I suppose I could. Yeah, I'll make another video. Um, release it when he wakes up. Anyway, back to you. Next video. Oh yeah, by the way, his name is Z. So yeah. And that thing might not be just a tail. So, yeah. Pretty impressive. This news in from the coast. Baja News. Baja. Trying to shove me out soon. A book in the making. Actually, no, that's not true. Actually, it is true. I was thinking about how I don't have a book, but then again, I do. Check this out. The current book in the making. Brought to you by this present moment. That's the back of it. Here we go. Might as well capture all of the things I had, written in it. But, yeah. Wow, why is my phone still trying to tell me about my notifications? How do I have so many notifications nowadays when I turn on my phone? It's like, so, basically, just to get it in case if I don't publish it for mass paperback. If you wish to save it, you're in the Matrix. Or you're in the archives of the Jedi Order in the future. Reinvigorated, re-inspired, reignited. The lightsaber comes back awake in a while. Oh, the page ripped a little bit. Oh well. Anyway, some sort of thing. I guess these aren't supposed to be in the book. Maybe. You know what? The very fact that the pages have been challenged by endurance. I'll go in the back and look. That is a remarkable, the interesting page, as well as this one. That was a decision I made. All this writing, which I written underneath a different day, has seemed to have been worn out by the pages, which leaves me wondering if I should just write over it in a different color and see how much I can pick up with a black light later. Obviously, time was of the essence, and I only had a highlighter to write with, which was the brightest color of pen you can get. Besides laser, or if I were to use a tattoo gun in the book, on the cover, title page, would be the way. Whoa, it looks like for some reason camera quality. I don't know. Shrubberies. The same thing. I didn't realize that they were the same thing until after I watched Monty Python again. 2 days ago. Actually, yeah, 2 days ago. Or maybe 3 days ago. Almost. What? Pineapple. That goes water. Coconuts? But how did I get coconut? Actually, I planted a coconut, funny enough. It had been literally cut. It looked like by a sword. Literally. I could go dig it up, but only on video to see if it's grown. I didn't plant it on a beach or a bench. Whatever that says, beach. Beaches, but it looks like bench. Oh wait, beaches. To all the goofs out there, check out the Goofy movie. I remember watching that when I was a kid. When I was a child. And it made me want to be a rock star. Which I have yet to learn guitar. But I'm going on road trips as well. Maybe in my later adult life, when I'm super cool, when I'm like 35 or something, I'll go on a road trip with my dad. A camping trip. Just me and him. Well, I have a super hot girlfriend. Or a super hot bitch. If I were the goof. Junior from the movie. The Goofy movie. Playing dogs. It's like, I always thought it was get out or fight. At least that's what I was told, and that always made sense to me in the context of the way it's being spoken or shouted at people. But except for when it didn't, and it was like, why is somebody shouting at somebody get out or fight, and then not making them get out or making them fight. And I was pondering my favorite movies when I was a child. Having the Goofy movie flashed on my mind. Thought to myself, oh yeah, Goofy. Classic Walt Disney or whatever. Donald Duck. Actually, one of the other ones is like that I really liked growing up was this one where I was doing a secret handshake to home video, and I was taking a toke.
Probably not a good idea. Can we put it somewhere else?
It was fine there.
No, it's too heavy for that wire. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just had my skateboard up there. Oh wow, actually, they must have replaced this. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, my bad. Yeah, I should have. I shouldn't have put
You
the
can hang
skateboard
it
up there.
on here.
Yeah.
It's probably
sure.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks,
There's
Sonny.
a bar inside the storage locker too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it'll fit that.
Yeah. Maybe if I was an aristocracy or a dancing noble. But beyond that, no. I ain't cool with losing. I believe in winning. Oh wait, she was just talking about that locker there, which I don't really lock very often. Truth be told, I don't think we need locks. Don't think we need locks. Don't think we need locks. In fact, I know we don't. You know what locks do? They divide us. They don't inspire us. They make it so we can't see shit. It's like, help me, let me in. It's like, what did Jesus do? He went and knocked on the door, nobody answered. Why? Did he say who he was? Did they not know that he was invited to the party? Or did he knock and it was opened unto him? It was opened unto him, right? What if the house was already lit up, had a music playing of a certain type, certain style, certain, cliche, or whatever, click of a, cliche of a type of person or word spoken, way back then, back in the day, like tomorrow, a party in your neighborhood, everywhere, is happening, which you're invited to. So, and depending on your style or your click, your whether you're like a greaser or like gangster, dancer, mountain climber, a mountaineer, a shepherd, a nativity pageant, Easter bunny, or well, Christ himself is going to show up to some party, right? Probably going to show up to your party, right? Book clubs as well. Universities. Government parties that we're not invited to, but they ask for our membership. Fraternities. Or what's the sororities if you're a female, or you know, a fraternity sorority if you like being together, like Alpha and Omega, or even better, AE, 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 or whatever else there's, you know, oh yeah, what's the other one? Where you sing and there's like words on the screen. It's called karaoke. Or if you want to learn how to play guitar or piano, you know, different places could have different sounds that could attract you. Or, you know, big posters, pool tables, pool parties, water balloons, car sales, you know, racing cars on a racetrack, or even just a street which is devoted to racing. Come on. Drifting, you know. Sweat lodges, just in case I'm sweating. I don't want to get more sweaty with the ladies. You know, background music I should put in this video. Or even just like YouTubers trying to, you know, connect over Skype. Everything is a party, right? That's what Thomas Jefferson said, and they partied for him every single year on July 4th. Independence Day. Are you independent? Have you moved out of your parents' house? Have you gone and seen the world? How many parties there are? Are you still working in your low-wage, average, failure, no-income job? No income if you're free and lucky to know the power of a mop in a university and how educational it could be. Or, you know, angels and demons in the Vatican. Deep in the dark, lost libraries of Alexandria that were by chance perhaps burnt, they say, by soldiers in the time of Julius Caesar, likely Augustus, or more likely after Constantinople, or Constantine's, right, Istanbul. And the rise of the Medici in Florence, Marco Polo in Mongolia, Genghis Khan's party. Either way, everybody parties in some way, even on the Silk Roads. Whether or not there's some sort of I took this what's it called? This I have this shaky camera thing which is happening right now, which I have to be really honest about. The reason for it happening. I must have skateboarded down some big hill today, or I'm really nervous about. Oh, my necklace. Oh no. My t-shirt. I don't wear t-shirts. Where's my necklace then? I'm starting to feel extra insecure. This is one of the, you know, brightest videos, most inspirational videos actually. If you ever watch a video, other than my video where I made a video that was trying to inspire people by cleaning my ears using a Q-tip, and Honestly, that video, I thought about it later, and it was a terrible idea. Using Q-tips is a bad thing, you know, unless you're a Q-tip boy. Like I was when I was a kid, raised to use Q-tips, like my dad raised me, and he's, uh, you know, uh, Xbox Live, Paranoid Marvin or Q-tip boy or whatever. I can't remember. Either way, whether or not he was trying to make it so that I wouldn't have the ability to hear what I wouldn't have recognized without being able to hear it as grown-up things that, you know, I wasn't allowed to watch Lord of the Rings until I was 12 years old, so I read all the books by then, so I still heard the movie. But I don't think that Q-tips have anything to do with badness or goodness, you know. I think it's actually just the letter before you, which is actually not a... Shake handness is actually... I took this pill today. I'll show you, actually. It's actually one of God's gift to man. In my opinion, I'd say. That being said, I have to find it for a second. I think it's super important. I'm trying to see. Dragon's still sleeping. Sorry, this. Let me get this. Okay. So there's this one ingredient. I took 3 pills, and it says take 2 pills per day, and I also took 2 pills yesterday. So I obviously exceeded the amount that it says. But this is one of my favorite ingredients of all time. So it's called N-acetyl L-tyrosine, which is actually, tyrosine is a part of protein. Tyrosine is a part of protein, and it is also created by our body naturally with water. Water turns into L-tyrosine, and that turns into dopamine, which is actually a neurotransmitter, which is electricity that helps our cells communicate, and our neurons communicate, and our eyes even. But, I mean, maybe I just have overstimulation, right? Hence the shakiness. Obviously, American ginseng compared to, which is Panax, quinquefolius root. Obviously, it's certainly not a lost airline. Neither is it, maybe it's Peter Pan X, his favorite ginseng in America. The Earth form of Peter Pan. It's not 2 stars from the right. Like ridiculousness, ridiculing people. Less could happen if we had more different types of parties available to go to, instead of only one party that everybody would show up at and get slightly afraid of partying for the rest of their life. Sometimes some of the average people, the normal people, the socially conditioned mainstream society might be, a little bit too much into their chess games, too much into their niche, special interest groups, to call them parties, or to agree that a party can only really last as long as you're there. And to be a true Democrat, or to have a true democracy with a liberal arts education, having conservative-minded beliefs while thinking progressively, while being green for the earth, blue for the water, black for the night sky, white for the stars, and the different colors for the different planets and moons. If you're looking through a telescope, you might find more like rings around Saturn, but pretty bright. So, Jupiter being huge, a planet called Zeus, which is made of all the gases, like oxygen. There's a planet and moons out there, which are made out of gases. Science, brought to you casually, with background sounds naturally. And there's a fly flying by. Oh wait, which reminds me about my discovery about how flies can teleport. And they literally show up out of some sort of oilish, or like some sort of concentrated gases in the air, which they show up out of nothing to make something like a fly, which can fly. And you can fly, so yeah, actually you don't need fairy dust, but you might actually need fairy dust, which is actually easy. All you have to get is a fly to uncomfortably poop on you after eating your poop. No, just joking. Something about farting though. And a fly. Having to fart a lot? Why? Either way, these things are more brought to you by American West goes America being the whole land. United America. And United Eurasia. Or Eurasia Africa. More properly said. Or Eurasia Africa, India, Russia, Saudi Arabia as well. Saudi Arabia kind of has its own like continent. Or Middle Eastern people are actually normally known as Arabic, which is actually the language spoken and written by Noah. Yeah, at least they have a history that goes back to Noah. Stories that we call Persians in Western culture, background, which naturally they called Arabic. Even Aladdin was Akbar in India. His, beloved son. After he got married to Raja's woman in the house. Raja being, probably still alive. Tigers are like 6 to 8 million years old. And so long as we can't see them, how do we know what they look like? For all we know, they could just be an anger, which is why you don't see a male with their female, because they're trying to stay safe where they have the camouflage. And then a male could be left strewn across mountains, waiting for cameras to stop watching him, or, to get off of the radar screen of, some northwestern Russian, what do you call it? North of the Himalayas, north of Mongolia, still Russia though. Before the Bering Straits, before the Ice Age too. I mean, after the Ice Age, post Ice Age. Not the Arctic. Just south of the Arctic. In that part of the world. What is it? Anyone? Anyone at all? Anyone? Siberia. Yes. Home videos could be made. If you have a friend with a tiger, or if you have a tiger that you can ride, you might be able to fly the carpet out of the sky. Flying carpet. Why? Tigers. Wonderful thing about tigers is boom, flying carpet. Yeah, that's what's up. Aladdin. Genius. Like the Blue Jedi. Just teaching wisdom. In a mysterious form. To human beings. from Tattoo. What more time ago? Mars. Back when it had more life. It was within the Earth. I mean, the life belt. It's like a Rhine's belt, where the life is. There's life. Something about, is there a questionable idea about easiness? What I wrote in my journal, and the length of this video, and my appreciation for you watching so far. Or if you're just starting, or you just skip to this part, this is the most important part. Here, let me see what I find. Let's see. Huh. I never even read that part so far, so this is actually just new, interesting development. 3 stars, though. It's a long video on purpose. I'm trying to make a 30-minute video, apparently. So here we go. I have been led to pursue arguments more philosophical than many mathematicians may approve. But any thorough investigation of the concept of number is bound always to turn out rather philosophical. It is a task which is common to mathematics and philosophy. It may well be that the cooperation between these two sciences, in spite of many démarches from both sides, is not so flourishing as could be wished, and would, for that matter, be possible. And if so, this is due, in my opinion, to the predominance in philosophy of psychological methods of argument, which have penetrated even into the field of logic. With this tendency, mathematics is completely out of sympathy, and this easily accounts for the aversion of philosophical arguments felt by many mathematicians. When Stryker, for instance, what is that from? Stryker. Oh, wait, that's from Heroes, right? For instance, calls our ideas of numbers motor phenomena and makes them dependent on muscular sensations, no mathematician can recognize his numbers in such stuff, or knows where to begin. To tackle such a proposition, it's probably because, if I'm a football player without a number, or even if I do have a number, I'm going to do my best not to be tackled. I'm going to basically not even actually think about tackling. I'm going to be the guy who doesn't even imagine being tackled, who doesn't even look at people being tackled, who only looks at the scoreboard after touchdowns and before the game, imagining the number of extra points on our side being more than their side in the Super Bowl championship. For example, here, let me continue here. Let me see. To tackle such a proposition, an arithmetic founded on muscular sensations would certainly turn out sensational enough, but also every bit as vague. Would certainly turn out. As its foundation, no sensations are absolutely no concern of arithmetic. No more are mental pictures formed by the amalgamated traces of, here's a note on the bottom, Studien über Association die Vorstellungen, Vienna 1883, Vorstellungen, something to do with breathing. I have translated this word consistently by idea, and cognate words by imagination, etc. For Frege, it is a psychological term. There's the translation there by Gottlob Frege. Continuing here for the most important part of the video. Is number property of external things? That's actually a great one. Considering that houses have their own numbers. Let us try to assign to a number its proper place among our concepts. In language, numbers most commonly appear in adjectival form and attributive construction in the same sort of way as words hard or heavy or red, which have their meanings, properties, or external things. It is natural to ask whether we must think of the individual numbers too as such properties and whether, accordingly, the concept of number can be classed along, not so mean though, with that say of, come on, the phone, you're supposed to keep on making it right out, but, so I can't read it on the screen. That it can seems to be the view of Mr. Cantor, of course, when he calls mathematics an empirical science insofar as it begins to with consideration of things in the external world. On his view, number originates only by abstraction from object. Oh, actually, there's something right here, though. It's like a key to the universe. The ultimate. Here, wait. Come on. Come on. You can make it. Let's pray. The inability of my phone to show the importance of this video. Okay, here we go. Let me get back to this thing. In the position of Columbus, the District of Columbia, British Columbia, or Columbia, all a part of America. About America, we were to try to put himself back in the position of Columbus. Yeah, anybody in America back in the position of Columbus at the time when he caught the first dubious glimpse of his supposed India. Of course, the comparison like this proves nothing. So this is if we're going to Europe and we're Americans, which anybody from America is American. Yeah. Natural sounds in the background, great. Anybody in America is American. And you don't even have to be a part of NASA to know what space looks like from America. But here we go. For his first glimpse of supposed India, of course, a comparison like this proves nothing. But it should, I hope, make my point clear. It may well be that in many cases, the history of earlier discoveries is a useful study as a preparation for further researches, but it should not set up to usurp the place. So far as mathematicians are concerned, an attack on such views would indeed scarcely have been necessary, but my treatment was designed to bring each dispute to an issue for the philosophers as well as far as possible. So I found myself forced to enter a little into psychology, if only to repel its invasion of mathematics. So, which is basically what I'm trying to say is that we don't need to invade people's homes by any means, like as a party, as being people partying, we don't need to take over people's homes. It's not an aggressive action to party. It's a celebratory, like the 4th of July. You can bring fireworks, don't bring guns. You don't, no, it's not a party when people have to clean up dead bodies. I don't know, I've never seen a dead body. For people who were brought back to life. Because I do opiates like poppies. Lest we forget. No more blood. See, natural sounds. Fun, naturally occurring when I'm right with nature. Yeah. Look at this, flexing. It's not even really flexing that hard. Really not flexing at all. I promise. You'll see videos later.